What is going on, guys? Mase Barber come back to us with yet another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a transformation haircut on my little brother. As you guys can see, this boy is looking scruffy as hell. I've been telling him like, yo bro, you need a haircut bad, and all he would say is I don't care, but he came to the realization that he needed a haircut, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do in today's video. I think the same thing goes for me. It's like when your hair is really long, you kind of get used to it and you don't notice how long it actually is until you cut it. So I think that's what was going on with him. So first things first, I'm gonna pick out the hair, and then I started off using clipper over comb, but the comb doesn't grip the hair properly, so I went ahead and switched that over to my plastic pick. And then right here I have the flat top comb, and we're gonna take off, what is that, about an inch and a half off the top, inch and a half off everywhere. The shape doesn't have to be perfect right now, just because we're just cleaning it up, making it look somewhat good to when we could really see what we're doing once we're putting the fade in. But yeah, like I said, doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna come and finish that off at the end, but we want a general idea of what the haircut's gonna look like. Alright, so now it's time to start the fade. First things first, I go ahead and clear up the bulk with my number 4. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're going to be doing like a mid drop fade. I'm going to drop the fade just a tad bit in the back, just to keep a little more volume on the back at the top. But yeah, so first thing, number 4 guard, clear the bulk, and then I take my number 2 open, come up under that, and yeah, I'm gonna give it a little curve to it, so it's not gonna be straight around. It's gonna dip a little bit towards the back. Once we put that in, it's time to put our bald guideline in with the trimmers. You could put it in with your clippers, but my preference, I put it in straight with my trimmers, and I like to put it in this way, not like if, you know, like when you flip the clipper over to outline someone. I feel like if you do it that way, it just leaves way too harsh of a line. So this is how I do it, and then I didn't do it right away, but at the end we're going to come up under that with the shaver. But next step, we take our fading clipper, lever open. Right here I'm using the Wall Seniors, and we're going to go up about half of an inch. And you're going to want to make sure that this line is straight following your bald guideline, right? Because you put that bald guideline in at a little curve to give your fade that little curve. So you got to follow all your guidelines, got to follow that initial line. So right after that, I go ahead and I fade it out right away. And then once you're done doing that, you take the 1 guard, lever open, do the exact same thing, another ½ inch guideline. Follow the same shape of the guideline, and once you're done doing that, you're gonna want to fade that out. So for my 0.5, the way I fade it out is I'll kind of, let's say you have the lever all the way open, I'll separate it in 4, right? So you have open is 1, all the way closed is another 1, and then actually no, we'll do 5. So open is 1 level, closed is 1 level, and then halfway is another, and then like 3/4 and 1/4. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I hope you guys are getting what I mean. That's how I fade it. But once we get up to a higher guard, like the 1.5, I have it all the way open, and then halfway open, and then all the way closed. That's how I fade it out. But once you're done doing that, you're gonna take the 1.5 half guard, sorry, and you're gonna get rid of the little line that's left, and you should be looking, your fade should be looking something like this, to where under it's faded but it's not connected to the top yet. And the way we're going to do that is with the number 4 guard, just like the same thing we did to clear the bulk. So we're going to go number 4 guard, flick out at the top, number 2 guard open, 2 guard closed, remember always flicking out, and then there's going to be a slight little line. We're going to get rid of that line with the 1.5 guard, as I'm doing right here. And then yeah, fade doesn't have to be perfect because this is our rough draft, and we're going to come around and do the final draft at the end. Alright, so now we did the rough draft. It's time to finish up the haircut. Basically, the way I do it is I fade upwards for the rough draft, and then for the final draft I'll fade downwards. So the same steps, just downwards. So right here I'm working on the bridge. The bridge is a connection from the fade into the long hair. So I have my pick, my plastic pick, and I'm just, you know, making sure I have that angle and trimming that hair so it blends properly into the fade. After that, I take my number 4 guard closed, flicking out at the top, and then we're going to come up behind that with the number 2 guard open, close it up, and then we do 1.5 guard, 1 guard, 0.5 guard, and then lever open, and we're fading in between all these levels. As you guys can see, right near the lineup towards the front of his head, it's a little too dark. You guys are going to see I'm going to go ahead and attack that, but other than that, this fade is looking pretty good. Right here we're just attacking that, breaking it up, and then we're going to finish up the touching up, and then we're going to finish up all the steps just backwards, and we're going to be good to go in doing the top. Alright, so now it's time to do the top. I'm just picking out the hair right here just to make sure it's at its actual length for when I cut it. And then, so there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do it with the flat top pick like I'm doing, or you can do it with, you know, just freehanding it. And I don't like doing freehand because it doesn't, it just kind of pushes the hair out of the way. Whereas what I'm doing right now, I'm kind of grabbing the hair, cutting it. So I find it leaves a more even cut and even haircut all around. So I'm doing that. One thing you guys can't forget to do is, you know, we're cutting this how you would normally cut the top with scissors, but you can't leave the front. So right on top of his forehead, what I'm attacking right here, you got to make sure you trim that too, or else it's gonna make the cut, it's gonna butcher the cut, it's not gonna make it come out nice. So this is something we call the baseball cap. It's just, you know, kind of, if you're wearing a baseball cap, it sticks out in the front, but you just want to make sure that it comes up straight up right there. It's gonna polish the haircut, it's gonna bring it all together. All right, and then right here we're gonna do his lineup. It took me way too long to do this just because of how, like, it's just, he has a smaller forehead, so I'm forced to back up the line a little bit to make it look nice, but I feel like I didn't back it up high enough, if that makes sense. But it's not the end of the world, whatever. It's my little brother. I'm sure he doesn't really care. But anyways, we're doing that. We're lining it up, starting in the middle, going all the way to the other side. And yeah, as you guys can see, I could have went up a bit higher. It would have made his forehead look a bit bigger, but the lineup would have came out nicer. But whatever, not the end of the world. Quick tip, you want to turn his head and kind of make him look at the center of your chest. It's just going to give you a better look at the lineup, and it's going to make it easier to do. Hell of a transformation, if you ask me. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something new. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.